Why are you here? Yes, you. Why are you in my space? I'm tired of having to share everything about myself with you. And what do I get in return? Absolute silence. I mean, silence! Welcome to my YouTube channel, TAJO 360. My name is Anuluwapo. If you're just joining us, TAJO 360 is where I share my experiences about life and everything about life. You're surprised, right? Why did I start like that with a monologue? Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my Lagos experience. What did I call that in my notes? I mean, my Lagos audition experience. I've been attending several auditions. I started attending auditions in 2015, 2016. In 2015, I met someone very beautiful, very dear to my heart. I met Toyi and we've been friends since then. But in this particular episode, I'm going to be sharing with you things you need to know when going for an audition. If you're an actor, a potential actor, an upcoming actor, you're thinking about starting a career in the acting industry and you do not know how to go about it when going for auditions, I'm going to be dropping with you bits and pieces of what you should expect. I'm already biting my tongue. What you should expect from these auditions, how you can prepare to these auditions, physically and all of that. So let's begin. Alright, so in I think in July I saw this audition notice that read, the notice had if they were looking for a child actor and if you know you fit into that criteria, you could attend the audition. So up I went to that audition. I got to the venue. Good enough, my husband dropped me before going to work. So it was a Saturday. So I got there. It's about 6:30 something. The weather was already bright, and when I checked the address, it looked very familiar, right? So I was like, this address is looking very familiar. I've been to this address before. I think I must have been to this address before, being that I've been attending auditions for the past how many decades? Not a decade yet, 2015, but I've been attending auditions for a while. So it seemed as though this particular venue was somewhere I had been to before. So I got to the location. It was now looking like the entrance was inside a particular close. But then I was walking. I saw this 2 or 3 ladies walking. I'm going to show you the video. I documented everything. I saw these ladies walking in and I felt okay. And they were making the comment like, this thing is giving human trafficking vibes or organ harvesting vibes. Thankfully my husband was still parked behind, so I was giving him hand signal, like just chill, we're still trying to, and I was speaking to him on the phone as well. Let's try and understand what is happening. So I was going right, and then we got to the gates. Bear it in mind, this particular walk was very lonely, except for the fact that I had 3 persons in front of me. I think 2 ladies and a guy. So we were just walking, and I was afraid. They were also afraid. Our concern was valid. So we got to the gates. We had seen one guy at the beginning of the close, and he told us that the address we're looking at was inside. But you never can tell. Even the guy may not know what happens in that building. So we went there, we knocked, and this old man answers. We told him, we're here for an audition. And that was the venue. So we walked in, and you will never believe what I saw next. I saw this very beautiful building. You're looking at it now. I saw this very, very beautiful. You would not know that such a structure exists in the midst of this place, right? So we get there. There's the canopy, the chairs are there. I was, I think, number 4 or 5, but I got there. I got there at that time, and I was surprised that the entire Lagos was not there already. Maybe people did not see the audition notice. But then one thing you should note is if you're going for an audition, make sure you get there as early as possible, because you might be thinking, people won't have gotten there. 1,001 people are thinking about the same thing, and when people now decide to show up at the same time, it will just be all of you that had that same mindset coming to that venue at the same time, and then you hence the crowd. But good enough, I got there at that time, before 7, and my number was like 4 or 5 sha. So I wrote my name and I got there. I was waiting, and the audition notice had prepare a monologue, right? A monologue is what I did before I started this video. At that point, whenever I'm going for a competition or an audition or something, I just have there's this butterflies. If you're a new person or a newbie when it comes to the film industry and acting, you would understand what I mean. Or if you're starting out something new, you would understand. You understand this. So I was very anxious, and from nowhere, me that normally when I'm going for audition or anything or interview, I don't like eating. I don't even like taking water, because I would just be peeing like no man's business. That's how the stomach thing just started. I'd sat for like say an hour waiting. So I think it's the anxiety of not knowing what next was coming, and I was just feeling depressed. I said, hey God, what if they don't have a good toilet here? I suffered shower this day. Not suffered, but I suffered kind of. So I went to the security man that attended to us when we got there. I spoke to him that I wanted to make use of the restroom, and he told me to pass one place. And I was wondering, where did you ask me to pass that place? It was looking short, but I had to now walk into the grass with my shoes. And it rained, the previous day, coupled with the dew, so I was just walking in, and I got to the toilet. Someone was there, so I had to wait. Eventually, when I got to the restroom, oh Lord, watch the video. You understand. You will understand. When I got to the toilet, it was flooded, but I needed to, and it was not minor. It was the major of the majors. Hey God! First off, the toilet did not have. I couldn't lock the toilet. The floor was flooded. I was like, how will I do this? So I went to a boarding house. So in boarding house, you just need to survive. If you know the era of short puts, you know what I'm talking about. You just need to survive. So I just remembered, okay, or thought about something quickly. I know when I was walking into the toilet, I saw one dilapidated chair like that. The head pissed on the floor. Okay, I'll stand on it. So that, because the shoe I was wearing, if I stepped into that water, it would have been a total mess. It was made of 10 clothes or knitted together. It would have been a mess. So I went there, and then the washing hand basin was a mess as well. So but I needed to do the major, so I did that, and I was scattered everywhere and I now had to use this plastic kettle that Muslims use in praying and persons use when they do stuff. I use that. Rather maybe wash their hand and things like that. I use that to clean up, and then I went out and I was like, but in everything, let's give thanks, because what if there was no toilet? What would I have done? Right. So if you're going for an audition, please ensure that you do not overeat the previous night. If you know your system, you're someone that is always very anxious, make sure you are not. That night, I think I had some very funny mixtures that spilled into the following day. So make sure that you are not and if you're the type that you can't function without eating, yes, you can eat, you can drink water, you can do as you please. But if you're the kind of person that is very anxious, or when it comes to interviews and auditions, you get very anxious, please do not eat. I beg you. Even that night, eat light. Maybe your dinner should stop by 5. If not, the anxiety that will disturb you the following day, your body may not be able to comprehend. So finally, we start at about, I think, 12. And me, I was already ready with my audition. But there was one audition I had prepared for, like that rather what monologue I prepared for, just for us to be handed scripts. Thankfully, I'm a member of an actors playhouse, and what we do at an actors playhouse, we have Stella Damascus as our coach, and she's trained us and groomed us on how to prepare for auditions. And I remember that she had taught us about cold reading, how to prepare yourself. So I feel like cold reading is a thing of the mind. If you believe that you can do it, if you have a I can do mentality, there's no amount of scripts they will bring to you that you will not chew it like and fling it. So I remember the training that we had gotten while at an Actors Playhouse. And if you're a new actor, I think you should join that. You should join that Instagram page. There's a lot to learn from being a member of an Actors Playhouse. So on Instagram, just send a request and you get the next steps. So let me continue. So they gave us this script, and I was like, man, all my monologue that I prepared, where is this going to? Alright, maybe we should do it. I'm gonna do it.